What's up, guys? Cipher Pol 808 back again for some more One Piece action. Today we have my live reaction to chapter 1027 entitled An Unbelievable Disaster. So let's jump right in. The last chapter was super hype. You know, we had Luffy and Momo in his dragon form and Yamato all teaming up against Kaido and Momo biting Kaido. So I'm really just dying to see where this chapter is going to go. So let's jump right in. Alright, starting off the cover page, we got Roger on the cover page. It says, Roger flees after dueling on a lion's face, and the lion's all back there. Looks like he passed out drunk at a party or something. Alright, I like it. Well, let's jump into the chapter. Alright, starting off. Okay, so we got Nekomamushi, who, at the end of the last chapter had just returned back into his Sulong form, and he took out Perospero, and now they're standing right over Perospero's unconscious body. And it says, careful, Carrot, the sky suddenly got clear. You don't want to accidentally turn Sulong. I wonder what happened. Alright, so now he's shielding his eyes so he doesn't stay in his Sulong form. He's, warning the other Mings, Wanda and Carrot. He's telling them, be careful, don't look at the moon right now if you don't need to be in Sulong form. I don't know why the cloud just suddenly split, but we all know it's because Luffy and Kaido just clashed in their Conqueror's Haki, just, split the sky, split the heavens. So, excellent to see, and we just see our next shot is just Onigashima floating in the sky with the, nice clear shot of the moon behind them because the clouds have, parted ways. And then looking up, alright, we got Yamato and Momo. They're just looking up like, oh my god, what the hell? And they're like, these clashes between Whitebeard and Roger. Alright, so maybe some flashbacks because, Momo has seen Whitebeard and Roger. They would also split the heavens, or they've heard the stories, or heard about them in Odin's logbook. But then we just see Kaido in his hybrid form and Luffy just standing right there, and we see the moon in the background and the heavens split right there. All right, what do we got next? Okay, we're going back downstairs. Whoa, what was that tremor? What the hell is going on up there? All right, so everyone down there, excuse me, a little under the weather. Everyone down there has no clue what's going on up top. They have no clue that, or that Momo is this dragon. They don't know for sure. Some of them think they know. And then no one's, for sure who's clashing with Kaido that's creating this, this giant rumbling. All right. And then we go and it's Luffy. And then the next panel is Kaido. And they're kind of just glaring at each other. So, and then, all right. So we see Yamato. It looks like she's finally kind of feeling the damage from all of Kaido's attack, his thunder. Well, I was naive to think I could guard myself. Alright, so even though it looked like she was able to minimize a lot of the damage, clearly she still did take damage. She's starting to bleed. Her head is, starting to bleed right there. And Luffy's like, he senses it. He's like, yo, Yama bro. Yama bro. Alright. And then it says, give that sniveling snake a hand. Who are you calling? So he's still, insulting Momo. Even though Momo's in this giant-ass dragon form, he's still giving him crap, still insulting him. He's like, yo, help that, sniveling snake back there. You still haven't gotten a grip, Momo. So even though, he bit Kaido last chapter, he literally took a bite out of a Yonko, he still is, kind of cowardice right now. Hold your insolent tongue. I know what I have to do, but it's not that simple to change oneself. Alright, so maybe he's trying to switch into his hybrid form, possibly? Don't worry, Momonosuke-kun. I've got your back. Sorry we got split up earlier. Alright, so now Yamato's hopping on top of Momo's head right now, so do you think she's going to be able to kind of talk Momo through how to use his powers a little bit more, just from having seen her father use it for all these years? Or, maybe she doesn't have any knowledge. What are you guys thinking? Yamato, Momonosuke, alright, so Kaido's kind of, giving him a side eye. He can't really fully look at him. He's still got to deal with Luffy right now. And he's like, where do you think you're going? Alright, and then he just all of a sudden changes direction from Luffy. He just goes straight after Momo and Yamato riding on top of him. Alright, Momo just looks scared shitless, just seeing Kaido just coming right at him. He says, lend me your strength, Kinemon. Kiku, take Momonosuke and run. Alright, so he's remembering everyone that's gotten him to this point. Kinemon sacrificing himself, Kiku sacrificing herself. And what do we have here? Alright, so he looks like he's backing up. He's getting backed up to the corner. And he's about to fall off the edge right now. Alright, and what does Yamato have to say? She says, hurry, Momonosuke. Okay, and then so Yamato jumps in front of Kaido and is trying to block while Momo kind of runs away from the edge because he's about to fall off right there. Alright, and then, okay, yes, Luffy coming in. What the hell? So, you just see legs come flying in out of nowhere from Luffy, wrapping up Kaido around his neck, just like, what the hell? As he's trying to clash, you know, with Yamato right now, and we just, you know, assume Momo's kind of running off the edge right there. And he's like, Yama, bro, I know. You want him all to yourself, right? He's like, hey, don't be interfering with my fight. And he just gets this big ass cheese. Oh, he's just cheesing it right now. He's like, yep, don't interfere with my fight. Alright, and then we see, okay, so Momonosuke looks like he's falling down. Oh, this is the end. Try to grab onto this guy. Okay, so even though he flew up, you know, because his nerves are shaking right now, because he faced Kaido, you know, head on, he doesn't really have control of it right now, so he's starting to just fall and spiral out of control. Dragons don't actually fly, so they use the, you know, the storm clouds that they generate. I guess that's how they fly, or they crawl on it, something like that. And he's like, what? They conjure clouds to use as foothold, see? So the storm clouds that they generate, you know, they grab, and that's how they move through the sky, grabbing through those. Dragons dash through the sky and flying. They're called, or flame clouds, flame clouds. Alright, so, clearly, Yamato, having seen Kaido do it all this time, you know, she kind of knows what she's talking about, so I'm loving that she's being able to kind of guide Momonosuke. You know, he doesn't have a lot of time to learn what he's doing, so the fact that he's got Yamato in his corner trying to guide him and teach him kind of how to use these dragon powers kind of on the fly is awesome, especially trying to, you know, master how to fly. Like, he needs to get that down pat. Alright, what do we got next? Alright, get away from the island. Alright, so it looks like chunks are starting to fall off. Are these chunks falling off of the island, or are these chunks falling from the battle up top? Nope, it's the entire island is starting to crumble. Alright, so clearly, you know, this island was, you know, not meant to fly over to the flower capital. So big ass chunks of rock are starting to fall off everywhere. You know, they're going to be flying and hitting the landscape. So hopefully everyone's all the way at the flower capital, and, you know, there's no stragglers still kind of traveling into them that are going to be kind of underneath the path of Onigashima right now. Alright, and we see them just kind of looking up right now. We see Momo in his dragon form, and he's just staring up, and Yamato's on it, and he's like, does this mean Kaido's powers are weakening? Yo, okay, so the fact that everything is kind of falling apart is because it doesn't have this solid, you know, flame cloud bundle underneath kind of supporting it, which means maybe Kaido's powers are weakening because he's getting damage from Luffy and all their attacks, and he's losing less focus on being able to, you know, maintain his flame clouds right now as he's fighting in his hybrid form. Alright, his flame clouds are unstable. They can't support the bedrock anymore. Yes! Alright, this is bad. Alright, so that's a good and a bad thing. So it's awesome that, you know, Kaido is starting to lose. He's starting to lose focus a little bit, but that's not good for anyone else, you know, on there that can't fly. Like, if Kaido all of a sudden gets knocked out and all his flame clouds disappear, this big ass chunk of rock is just gonna crash into the ground. Whether or not it's over the flower capital, you know what I mean, it's just gonna hit and it's gonna kill everyone on it. So you know, Momonosuke is gonna really need to step it up, and he's gonna need to start generating more and more flame clouds in order to support Onigashima as Kaido and Luffy battle it out. And hopefully, as, you know, Luffy starts to whoop Kaido's ass more and more and he starts to lose his flame clouds, you know, Momo will kind of just be in there saving the day, kind of generating his own stuff. We cannot allow it to reach the flower capital like this. I got big so I could stop. Yes, alright, Momo, that's what I'm talking about. And okay, so Yamato's looking a little bit discouraged. She's like, it's no use, Momonosuke. What? But I have to try. We're running out of time. Alright, so we can, now we're really starting to see the flower capital kind of off in the distance from where Onigashima is right there. Like, you can see it. I'll be over their heads in under 5 minutes. Alright, so Momonosuke's got 5 minutes to not only learn how to, you know, consistently generate these flame clouds and use them to fly, but how to generate enough of them to support all of Onigashima. So, you know, I don't know if the flame clouds, like generating them, if the amount of weight that it has to support, you know, clearly it does, because they have to be stable enough to support that weight, so that requires a lot of concentration. So he's got to master this in under 5 minutes in order to keep, you know, the chunks that are falling off, even if Kaido isn't knocked out yet, you know, it can't be going into the flower capital with all these big ass chunks of rock just flying off everywhere. And it says, then you have to use your flame clouds. You're a giant dragon too. That's how Kaido's moving the island in the first place. We can hold it back if yours are stronger. Alright, so, I didn't even think of that. Alright, so if his clouds are stronger than Kaido's, then they can just completely negate, you know, Onigashima moving over the flower capital. They can potentially, you know, push it away, push it back, go back to where it was, or at least just keep it away from the flower capital. Are you mad? I just figured out how to fly and I barely managed to. He's like, dude, are you crazy right now? Like, I just barely learned how to, you know, generate these damn clouds so I can, you know, quote unquote fly myself. And now you want me to generate a cloud that's strong enough to support Onigashima and stronger than Kaido's in order to push it and keep it away from the flower capital. Like, he's like, you are smoking something. And there's no telling if my powers are exactly like Kaido's. Yeah, so Momo's like, he's starting to get some doubt in his head too. No, Momo, you cannot start doubting yourself like this, bro. You gotta have some confidence. You were able to summon flame clouds. That means you've got a shot. This is an unbelievable disaster. All right. You know, so the fact that Momonosuke's fruit was kind of created using the lineage factor from Kaido, I'm going to say that his powers are pretty much generally the same. I don't know if maybe the extent of them is going to be as great, but he can't be worrying about that. He's got to bank on, you know what? I got dragon powers. He's got dragon powers. I got big. I look like him. Damn it. I'm a dragon. I can do the same shit he can. So let's do this. Like, he needs to have that confidence in him. It says, if we do nothing, it'll land like Kaido intended, crushing everyone in the capital. All right. So if Momo doesn't do anything, Kaido's going to win. Even if he somehow gets knocked out, he still wins because he's going to kill everybody in the flower capital because he's going to have Onigashima just, you know, crash onto it when his clouds dissipate. It'd be even worse if he were to run out of steam early. His clouds would disappear and Onigashima would be sent hurling towards the surface. Yeah, see? So if he's, you know, going to be knocked out early, it's just going to come crashing down, you know. If he starts winning the fight and eventually just crushes everyone, you know, that's going to suck too. But either way, everyone's going to die. All right, what do we got? Onigashima is stocked with more weapons. Oh, so all the weapons, everything's just going to go up in flames. So it's just going to be like, you know, Avengers Age of Ultron. Like, this thing is just going to hit and just boom, just massive ass explosion. The whole island is basically a giant bomb. Even at this distance, there wouldn't be time to evacuate the capital. So yeah, so who knows how much damage. I mean, clearly everyone in the flower capital is going to be dead, but, you know, an explosion that big, you know, all the surrounding villages and towns, what's left of them, I guess, you know, people are going to be wiped out. There's just going to be mass carnage, and it would probably, you know, kill almost everyone that's on Onigashima as well. You know, probably not Kaido because he's not going to take damage unless he's unconscious. If it falls, the explosion would obliterate everyone. Friends and foes are like, yep, all right, so Yamato's going over it right now. She's just imagining it in her head. And then, okay, so he's like, then we need to stop Luffy. All right, so Momo's like, wait. Oh, shit, we got to stop Luffy then. We can't let him knock Kaido out right now. And then she smacks him on the head. She's like, don't be an idiot. He's like, we cannot stop him. Like, stopping him is the number one mission. We can deal with Onigashima falling. We can't deal with if Kaido beats Luffy. We cannot stop Kaido. He'll kill everyone. So we cannot deal with that. There is no stopping him. There's only Luffy that can stop him. He willingly put everything on his shoulders, even though he can barely stand. How can we stop him after that? All right, and she's like, yo, this is his fight. Like, we cannot interrupt it. He put everything. He told all of us to put all of our confidence in him. Like, we cannot interrupt his fight right now. Luffy is the only one that can defeat Kaido. Telling him about this dilemma would only add to his burden. We'll have to figure it out on our own for now. Yeah, all right, so you know how Luffy is. He's fighting with him, but if he realizes that everyone's in danger, he's going to be trying to figure out a way to deal with Kaido and trying to, you know, save everyone at the same time, or figure out how to save Onigashima, which, you know, what is he going to do? Jump off and turn into a biggest giant Fusen balloon that he's ever turned into to try and, you know, bounce it away from the flower capital? But no, he's got to, like, 100% focus on Kaido, because if he's not focusing on Kaido, he's just going to get decimated. No questions about it. All right, now we're going back downstairs. Life Lore, Skull Dome. Get down. King Sama's gone wild. Alright, so King seems to be going crazy. Seems like everyone's bodies are just flying everywhere. Looks like he doesn't care, friend or foe. He's just massacring. Alright, we see slashes. Alright, looks like he's at Zoro right there. Alright, what do we got? Okay, so we just see this shot of King. And then, okay, next thing we see Frankie over here. And we just see Zoro is just flying at him. And he's like, wait, what? Oh. And he's like, alright, so Frankie over there coming in, clutch, catching him. And he's like, you alright, Zoro? He's pretty strong, but that's hardly a surprise. He's like, alright, this is a Yonko commander. Like, what would I expect? Would I expect him to be weak? Having trouble on the live floor? Need a hand? Nah, I'm good. He's like, alright. Just a little banged up. It's taking me a little bit longer than usual, but I got this. Alright, and then now we're going. We see King, and then on the background, we got Queen in his Brachiosaurus form. Hey, King, you bastard. Knock it off with those aimless attacks. You almost hit my backside. Alright, so like I said, King's attacks, he was just indiscriminately sending out these attacks. Didn't matter if he was hitting friend or foe. He was just trying to take out everyone. A pity I didn't slit your throat. Alright, so even in the midst of this battle, they're kind of like Sanji and Zoro, even in the heat of battle, they're still at each other's throat, just fangs bared at each other at all times. The hell you say, Pirate Hunter Zoro? He just cracked King Song's mask. Oh, we're gonna get to see what King's real face looks like? Yeah, no wonder he's furious. No one's ever seen his real face. Bro, let's see what he looks like. Okay, let's see what this, mystical race that we keep hearing about that, was supposedly extinct, this race of gods. Sorry, Frankie. Or let's see if they're the same thing. I need you to step back. Got it. Hang in there. Alright, so Zoro's like, alright, something's about to happen. He's about to get serious. Tank Udon. 3-sword style. Oh, okay, so King is just coming right at us. So Zoro needs space to work. He had to clear the room. Alright, Divine Red Bow. Tiger Hunt. Okay, and we just see them clashing just right at the point of impact. Alright, we see King right there, and we see his face. He's, looks pissed off right there. And it looks like, alright, did he send Zoro flying back? Yep, Zoro is just flying back through rubble again. Oh, and he's spitting up blood. No, come on, Zoro. Alright, and it looks like King's coming back in again. He's not giving Zoro any time to rest. And Zoro's just like, huh? And he's just looking up. And bro, first it was Luffy, now it's Zoro's turn. He's just getting knocked out of Onigashima. Oh my god. He's like, oh, hang on, what? I'm gonna fall. Okay, so he's like, oh shit, I'm about to fall. I need to get my ass back on Onigashima. 2-sword style, clear lance. Alright, what's he doing? Bam. Alright, we see King right there, and he's looking on. You should at least use a blade when you go for the kill. What you just pulled is unforgivable. Alright, so now Zoro's clearly pissed because, King is supposed to be a swordsman. He has a sword. And he's like, you just tried to come at me for a killing blow and you didn't use a blade? Like, what the hell kind of swordsman are you? And then we kind of see some of King's exposed hair right here. The same goes for you. What's beneath the mask? Oh, alright, I'm dying to know, what does King look like under here? What is that race of people that can generate fire that used to live atop the red line? The people, I guess, that were supposedly considered gods before the celestial dragons, went up there and became gods. They were thought to have gone extinct, so are we going to see him and, recognize somebody else that's potentially, from the same tribe as him? Or maybe we'll see why Big Mom was so fascinated with him, or, wanting to collect all the different tribes and, being surprised as she sees him. And maybe we'll understand why King wears that mask. Maybe there's a reason. He has a very distinct look, so he has to wear a mask so people don't single him out as being, that fire generating race or whatever. But oh man, that was a hell of a chapter. Tons of action. Luffy was getting in some battles. We got some Zoro battles. I assume we're probably gonna be getting some more Sanji stuff maybe next chapter as he's dealing with Queen. But Zoro clearly seems pissed that King did not, come at him with a blade attack. So Maybe we're gonna pick up with that next chapter, or jump back up and see, you know, is Momo gonna be able to learn and, you know, generate all these damn flame clouds and stop Onigashima from going over the flower capital. I can't even talk, man. That was an excellent chapter. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed it, please like, comment, share, and subscribe, and have a wonderful day.